They want you to talk about the arrest yesterday.
Shall I jump into it? But before I get into that, let me remind them of something. So I'll share the Declaration of America's Independence. In the preamble of the Declaration, I must say, it is the right of every man, and I'm paraphrasing, it's the right of every man to establish a government as they seem fit. But at any moment they realize that government has become tyrannical against the people, it is the people's duty to remove that government. This is in the preamble of American Constitution. Yeah. The Declaration of America's Independence. They said it is the right of every man to establish a government. Yes. But at any time, so Osha said, that government is not doing what is supposed to be in the interest of the people. It is the people's duty to remove those people. Let's come to the national anthem of Ghana. And help us resist oppressors' rule with all our strength, all our might. What does that mean? The Constitution is empowering us. Say, at any time, if anyone becomes an oppressor unto the people of Ghana, it is the duty of every Ghanaian to rise up to remove that oppressive power. This is not inciting the youth to violence. No, it is written in our national anthem. And the framers of our nation, the founders of our nation, which is Nkrumah and his helpers, not the so-called Big Six. It's only a big one and his helpers. When they were drawing and drafting the anthem of the Constitution of Ghana, they knew exactly what they were talking about. So we came out of a fight, a hard-won battle for our independence. And we will not surrender that freedom on any silver platter for anybody. It's almost as if any time we realize people are trying to destroy the nation called Ghana, it is up to the youth of Ghana to rise up to save Ghana. Yeah. And that is not violence. That is a duty on every Ghanaian citizen.
Constitutional duty.
It's a mandate. So it is your right to do that. And see, if you're running the country aground and we are saying, no, the way things are going is not right. Fix this country. You turn around and say, because we are talking, you use the state apparatus, which has been created to protect the people, to oppress the people. Captain, you see, your arrest was not surprising because that Tuesday, we didn't even finish the show on Tuesday.
That's right. And I'm Ginger.
And I want some mobile studio inside. Captain, I would have wished, you would have allowed them to come into the studio. You see, the first law of nature, he gave one rule, which is not written anywhere, but is given to every man, every organism in creation. So the first law of nature, of survival, is self-preservation by any means necessary.
For sure.
And see, every animal in nature, every organism in nature has been given that mandate, say, protect yourself by any means necessary. And see, the lion cannot run faster than the gazelle, but is more powerful than the gazelle. And see, God knew, the lion would try to catch the gazelle or the antelope, no, so he gave the antelope speed. Onyankopon himself, the lion will have to eat into a man's strength so he can catch down all of those things. The bird, the eagle, has been given wings so it can fly. And see, every animal has been given unto itself the strength to protect itself by any means necessary. Captain, if you're not doing anything bad, you're not committing any crime. You are doing your constitutionally mandated duty. And you are speaking. And we claim we have the freedom of the press. How dare them come into the workplace and say they're coming to arrest you from the studio? Are they crazy? Oh, yes, they are crazy. Because if we are not a lawless nation, you see, people should not look at it say, we are dealing with laws here. The law says if anybody has done anything that is wrong, and you want to even invite the person, you serve the person a summons or an invitation. And that has to be signed by a high court judge. We call it a warrant. And see, Captain Smart has said certain things that's not even right. Let's just say it was wrong. And you want to arrest Captain Smart or even invite him over to the station for questioning or whatever it is. You write a petition, you get the warrant from a high court judge, and you serve it on Captain Smart, say, you are needed at the station for inquiries or whatever it is, investigations, whatever it is. And then Captain will honor that and then come. If he cannot come immediately, you give him a certain time period. And then you would have to liaise with them and tell them, so this time is when it's going to be most suitable for me, and then I go. But you don't just march into the person's workplace when live production was happening. Say, oh, bus studio inside to come and arrest them. Captain, they should have allowed them. It would have been very beautiful here for the cameras to capture it too. Oh yeah, Captain, we show them. Captain, you see, for a long time, this thing has happened. The media has been abused so many times. I can't even say I'm a journalist, but since I'm on the platform, I use that. Right. I have a vested interest in this. For a very long time, the state has used its security apparatuses to abuse and even kill journalists. And we only talk about it for a few days, and then it goes down. Ahmed Suale was shot in broad daylight because someone sat on TV and exposed him and said all of those things, and even asked Yankonkunu. And he was killed. What has happened to the case today? Nothing. We see how they just arrest journalists anyhow and then go and do whatever they want to. But to me, I thought, sir, before you are arrested, it means they've done investigations and gotten evidence against you. That's why we arrest you. But unto me, arresting someone on just a mere suspicion, say, you think this is what happened, you come and arrest the person. Where's the investigation then? So it means you've already declared the person guilty before even an investigation starts. How? Captain, we should be very careful with the way we treat the law in this country. Because if they continue abusing the law, they are setting a precedent. When people realize that there's no law in the country, people are going to start taking the law into their own hands. Because if state apparatus can just get up and do anything, you don't bring a warrant, nothing. You just get up. See how they arrested you yesterday.
And one, one funny thing will be saying, look at your numbers in the morning, and you want us to keep quiet. Let me say, what do you mean by that question?
Look
at your numbers in the morning, and you want us to keep quiet. What do you mean? We're a party organizer.
Yesterday, after they arrested you, Godwin called me and told me, sir, they just arrested you. So I put it on my social media handles. Captain, my people were asking me, sir, from Takrade, Winneba, and Cape Coast, they were asking if they should move to Accra that night. And I told them, no, they should hold on. Because sir, if I bring them to Accra and I've not made any plans, I might not be able to control that crowd. And I told them, said they should hold on. We would have brought 100,000 people on the streets yesterday. They are lucky they released you. They are very lucky. I mean, I was hoping they would have held you up to this morning. They wouldn't have been. When you say you control, letter to police say yeah, Baba, demonstration. They are mad. No notice. We would have come onto the streets last night. And I just wanted to know, sir, this is where they were keeping you. I would have shown them if before in the past they were bullying journalists and doing all those things. Captain, there's a new breed in town. Let's reintroduce ourselves to them. We're a new breed. You cannot intimidate us. You cannot frighten us with any. So the president said he's not frightened. Those things don't frighten him. He's not the only one, no. Baby, president, we've gone through for that 2.0. We've gone for 2.0. We've gone for a remixed version. We're not afraid of any of them. And see, if in the past they were able to bully journalists and do anything they wanted to, look, they should get ready for a new breed of people. We're not afraid of them. I told you, Captain, on your show yesterday. So if you put all the security services together, all the armed men, the police, the army, the immigration, fire service, ambulance folks who count, they're not up to 200,000. But the youth of Ghana are 12 million strong. Do the math. What can they do? No. And see, they shouldn't think, look, I'm saying they should not break the law and create a precedent said we are a lawless nation. Captain, it will go against them. See, the youth on the streets have nothing to lose. Let me be very frank with them this morning. The young man who killed himself in Kaswa, Kofi Kakra, or say he didn't have anything else in this life for him, means he has nothing to lose. The people who have the most to lose here are the politicians, because if there's any unrest, you cannot drive your car, you cannot live in your house. But youth are only bebeda. He doesn't have anything to lose. He doesn't have anything to lose. And they should do the math and see who has the most to lose, and they should learn sense and behave like sensible people. Because if we break down all law in Ghana and there's lawlessness and chaos, they are the ones who will lose the most. You don't have any car. They don't have anywhere to sleep. And see, whose houses are they going to burn?
Yeah.
You see, they should think.
Yeah.
And we're not asking for too much. The youth of Ghana are not asking for too much, Captain. They say they want good jobs. They are on him say, in the morning you wake up, you go and work. At the end of the month, you have a good, decent accommodation, somewhere to sleep. You have access to education. You have access to health. These are all the youth are asking for. We're not asking to go and buy cars. The youth are not saying, say, my sky, cars. No, they're not asking for that. They're saying, look, let us just get our jobs to do. When you walk on the street of Accra, you find young children, able-bodied men who are just wiping windscreens just to get something to eat. If those were lazy boys, they won't be on the street like that. Because they just want to get something to do just to survive. And then on top of all of these things, you say they shouldn't even complain about their suffering. And when they complain, you intimidate them with the police or the security services. A message to the national security before I even wrap up. And I said they are following orders. But Captain, someone himself and can measure uniform. And I would have joined the Navy. But the reason why I didn't do that is because I cannot follow stupid orders. If I was in the services, if I was in the services, order from above would have come. If it's stupid, I can't even say no. Yes, sir, I have to move. I said I cannot deal with that. Until I moved away. You see, as a rational thinking man, if nobody has broken the law and your officer asks you to go and arrest that person, in your own conscience, you can resist that. That's an unlawful order. And even in the military services, in the security services, it says you are right. So you don't call field marshal. Oh, no. The marshal will tell you, say, yes, you are right. Because an unlawful order is a useless order. You don't follow on. You don't.
A false communication offense.
Where's the evidence?
Yes.
Have they done the investigation?
First question is, why did you repeat that? Chairman Wontumi says the president is in his pocket. I said, go and ask Wontumi.
But you didn't say it.
Okay. Number 2. Why is it that the National Minerals Commission have not arrested Chairman Wontumi? I said, direct the question to National
I don't want PRO.
Minerals Commission. You have...
Captain, you see, the reason why, when I started my communications, and Captain, I was not trying to be disrespectful. Because I thought, say, politics is a battle of ideas. You discuss ideas, and then you see how the best idea can come forward. But I realized that in Ghana, say politics no. So what can you say my NTO?
Tabi say only the dangerous cry. Who be about why doing so be project Kofo. No be can some no be can be papa for too for who be and we na time for.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Okay. That's all. That's it.
Okay.
Don't say anything good about Otumfo. Don't say anything good about J. Kufo.
What they said, you said. Captain, what they said...
think we don't know.
Captain, what they said, you said is that Nana Addo is the kingpin of Galamsey.
He's actively involved in Galamsey.
That's why they wanted to... they arrested you.
And that if he's not able to stop Wontumi, then it confirms that statement.
Captain, check this out. We spoke about this yesterday. Say, Article 457 says all the minerals in Ghana is vested in the president's hands, or vested in the president. Now, vested in legal terms means absolute authority or ownership. And see, it means all the minerals, all the gold in Ghana is the president's property.
That's right.
That's what it says, right? Yeah. Now, when we mention the president, we're not talking about Nana Addo alone. It is the seat of government. Because Nana Addo is not by himself. Right now, he's the president, so he represents Ghana. So it's the office we're talking to, not the individual. Now, if the president is in charge of all the minerals in Ghana, and some people are stealing the minerals, and he's quiet about it. We've seen the letter from the Lands Commission. We've seen from the Ministry for Minerals and all of those. 2 ministries have come out with a letter saying, certain people are doing certain actions which are illegal. What has the president done about it?
Hey. Nothing.
So if I say, you, the president, are complicit, what wrong is that?
Wontumi is following you left, center, right. Everywhere you go.
The thing is yours, and someone is stealing it. And the person is stealing, you know who are stealing. In fact, Otumfo said, the people who were there when he made that speech, 30% of those people there know something about Galamsey. Why didn't they arrest Otumfo? What Otumfo said, how isn't that worse than what Captain Smart said? Wasn't the president in his midst? Weren't there ministers in his midst? I say, so 30% of the people there know about Galamsey. Why didn't they arrest Otumfo there?
That's true.
So they know the people who are stealing our gold. And the president is quiet, he's not saying anything. So if I say he's part of it, where's the lie? Apart from that, all the minerals, I've said that already, but all the water bodies in Ghana are under the president. They are in his care. So if you can't even do anything about the gold, no problem. Our water bodies are being destroyed. So if you are open, we don't have water. And very soon, water will become an imported commodity, like we're doing with food. And if we are speaking about this, and the president is saying he doesn't know anything about it, and we say then he's part of it, what's the lie here? But Captain, let me wrap up on this one. Okay. The last thing. We had Operation Vanguard. It's okay.
Sure.
We watched a video where certain so-called men of God, and notice, I mean, with the greatest of respect, all due respect, so-called men of God, because I don't even know which God they call, or which God called them. Because if they were able to go to a mining site, and I showed you in the video, say, in the back there was an excavator there.
Sitting there.
Which means it's an active Galamsey site. So-called men of God were able to go and visit a site to go and pray. Maybe say, I say, why nature on calendar, or now on timetable, say, at this time when you go there, the Galamseyers will not be on the site.
So come and work.
And go and pray. And he said, they knew this. And we have Operation Vanguard. Captain, Minerals Commission knows every site in Ghana where there's gold. They have the map. And it's also announced in the exposition on Galamsey. And what's this guy's name? Bisu was talking about paying 3,000 Ghana cedis for them to go and do mapping. And it's also Minerals Commission right now, they have the mapping for all Galamsey sites in Ghana. All of it is at the Minerals Commission. And see, as president, if I was president, on a very nice Monday morning, I just call the people in charge of Operation Vanguard and get all the sites, the mapping sites and charts from the Minerals Commission and give it to the commander of the Operation Vanguard. Send and deploy all the soldiers to all the sites in Ghana where there's gold. Captain, Galamsey will be over in a day.
Okay. My main fan question region, I'm in show video. Those of you on TV and those of you on Facebook,